Excuse me, I would like to buy a fish license, please. The man's sign must be wrong. I have in the past noticed a marked discrepancy between these post office signs and the activities carried on beneath. But soft. Let's see how Dame Fortune smiles upon my next postal adventure. Hello. I would like to buy a fish license, please. A what? A license for my pet fish, Eric. How do you know my name is Eric? No. My fish's name is Eric. Eric the fish. He is an halibut. A what? He is an halibut. You've got a pet halibut? Yes, I've chosen out of thousands. Didn't like the others, they were all too flat. You're a loony. I am not a loony! Why should I be tarred with the epithet loony merely because I have a pet halibut? I've heard tell that Sir Gerald Nabarro had a pet prawn called Simon, and you wouldn't call Sir Gerald a loony, would you? Furthermore, Don Palethorpe, the lady show jumper, had a clam called Sir Stafford after the late Chancellor. Alan Burke had two pikes, both called Norman, and the late great Marcel Proust had an haddock. So if you're calling the author of Le Cher du Temps Perdu a loony, I shall have to ask you to step outside. All right. You want a license? Yes. For a fish? Yes. You are a loony. Look, it's a bleeding pet, Nit. I've got a license for my pet dog, Eric, and a license for my pet cat, Eric. You don't need a license for a cat. You bleeding well do it, and I got one. Ho-ho! You're not catching me out there. There's no such thing as a bloody cat license. Yes, there is. There isn't. Is. Isn't. Is. Isn't. Is. Isn't. Is. Isn't. Is. Isn't. Is! Isn't. What's that then? That's a dog license with the word dog crossed out and the word cat written in crayon. The man didn't have the proper form. What man? The man from the cat detector van. Lady detective van, you mean? It's people like you that causes unrest. All right. What cat detective van? The cat detector van from the Ministry of Housing. Housing? Yes, it was spelt that way on the van. Very observant. I'd never seen tomatoes in my life. The man told me their equipment could pinpoint a purr at 400 yards, and Eric, being such a happy cat, was a piece of cake. And how much did this cost? 60 quid and 8 guineas for the fruit bat. What fruit bat? Eric the fruit bat. Are all your pets called Eric? There's nothing odd about that. Camel Aztec had an entire menagerie all called Abdul. No, he didn't. He did. There you are. Camel Aztec, The Man by E.W. Swanton, were followed by Paul Anka, page 91, please. I owe you an apology, sir. Spoken like a gentleman. Now, are you going to give me this fish license? I promise you, there's no such thing. You don't need one. Then I would like a statement to that effect, signed by the Lord Mayor. You're in luck. And now there is the mayor. Surely the third tallest mayor in Dervis history. And there are the aldermen, magnificently resplendent in their automatic hose. And just look at the power in those thighs. The New Zealanders are going to find it pretty tough going in the set pieces in the second half. So Don Palethorpe with one clear round on Sir Gerald, and now the mayor has reached the great customer Mr. Eric Praline. And now the mayoral human being takes the mayoral pen in the mayoral hand, and watched by the Lady Mayoress, who of course scored that magnificent try in the first half, signs the fishy exemption, and the great customer, Mr. Eric Praline, who's understandably awed by the magnificence and even the absurdity of this great occasion here at Carve Arms Arc, has finally gone spare, and there is the Goring Sparrow look on the front of his head, and now the aldermen are finishing the oranges and leaving the post office for the start of the second half. And here come the Derby Council on 15, followed by the All Blacks onto the pitch. There in the center of the picture, you can see Don Palethorpe on Sir Gerald, one of the fastest winners we must have seen in England this season. On the left-hand side of the picture, the Lord Mayor has been running such a wonderful possession for Derby Council in the lines out, and it's all the All Blacks to kick off. Wilson to kick off. Oh, I can see there the chairman of the Byways and Highways Committee, who's obviously recovered from that very nasty blow he got in that loose ball in the first half. And Wilson kicks off, and it's the town clerks taking the ball. Beautifully there. The All Blacks are up on it, and very fast, and the whistle's gone. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I couldn't see, but there's a scrum down. I think it's an All Blacks ball. They were upon them very fast. Obviously, they're going to try very hard in this half to wipe out the 5-point deficit. Derby Council 8 points to 3 up, and Derby Council have got the ball against the Ed. There's the Borough Surveyor. The scrum half is out of the chairman of the Byway Committee, who's kicked for touch. Line out, and it's into the line out, and the mayor has got the ball again. To the Borough Surveyor, who's left out the medical officer of health, straight along the line to the Lady Mayoress, and the Lady Mayoress has got to go through. Number 2 is Mr. He's taken to the fullback, only the fullback to beat, and she's scored! The Lady Mayoress has scored. It's 11 points to 3. Cliff, this must have been a very disappointing result for the All Blacks. Well, they've had a very bad look on tour so far. They missed the 4 very easy kicks against the Exeter Amateur Operatic Society, which must have cost them the match, and then, of course, there was that crippling defeat at the hands of the Derry and Tom's soft toy department, so I don't think they can be really fancying their chances against the London Poves on Saturday. And what about China? Well, whether Mao Zedong is alive or not, Lin Pao has a stranglehold on the Central Committee, which Lin Xiaoqi can't break, so it remains to be seen whether Chow En-lai can really get his finger out and get going in the second half. Well, thank you, Cliff. Tonight's other outstanding match was the semi-final between the Bournemouth Gynecologists and the Watford Long John Silver impersonators. We bring you edited highlights of the match. Jim Lad. Jim Lad. Well, that's about it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But remember, if you've enjoyed watching the show just half as much as we've enjoyed doing it, then we've enjoyed it twice as much as you.